walking clap boards on this. So you can clap as well.
All right. Okay, so today, guys, you guys, I know I look like a ghost, but today we are here to learn about how I do my contour and blush and highlight and the whole shindig. Are you excited? Because I am. All right, so you can see I look pretty pale right now because I've already applied my base, but I haven't done any contouring or any shaping for my face. So I've applied my foundation, I've done my skincare, I've done my concealer. Now I'm gonna set my face, but instead of baking it, I am today going to use this product right here. This is the Pious Hydrating Powder with Collagen. Recently, my skin has been acting out. It's kind of dehydrated. It's not doing very well, COVID and all. Hence, I need a powder to set my base, but I want it to be very hydrating. So this is a perfect and the shade that I'm using today is light beige. So I'm just gonna do this. Just tap off the excess and I'm just gonna slowly damp it on my face. Dab it like this, like so. And a bit here as well. So what it does is, since you guys know it's summer season and literally I'm shooting in this room which is so hot and I'm kind of starting to sweat, and if you are a person who gets oily throughout the day or you have sweating, then setting your face with a nice powder is a really good thing to do. You will thank me. And just remember, less is more, because we don't want to overshadow our face with so much powder. It's going to look really cakey for the daytime. So I'm just going to take that powder and apply it on my neck as well, because I sweat from here as well and I'm already starting to sweat a bit. There we go. So now for the fun part, and for what you're here for, is the contour part. So the idea behind the contour is kind of giving shape to your face. And you can see, like me, when I've done the foundation, you kind of level out your face so it kind of looks very flat. So with the contour and the highlight and the blush, you're kind of adding the shape or dimension back to your face. So that's the whole idea behind contour, highlight, and blush. So now today, so basically there are no really any rules in terms of what brush you should use and whatever you feel comfortable with, but I'm going to show you the most the proper brushes, I must say, when you're doing contour. So something like this, a smaller, fluffier blending brush like this one right here, a powder brush, and a slanted brush like this. This one is from Inglot. This one, I honestly don't know. I forget where I get it from. It's pretty old. And this one is from Inglot. There's no number. So you can see the slant angled brush. This is an angled blush brush, basically, or you can use it for your contour. And this is also for your contour. So depending on what I feel like, I kind of rotate between the two. So today I'm going to show you my skills with both the brushes. So today we're going to use the Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Palette. It has 6 different shades. You can see right here, this is what it looks like. You can see I've literally used the hell out of this palette because it's a really beautiful palette. I think the powders are really nice. It goes on really well with my skin, and whatever products I'm using, this product tends to really play really well with the others, which is we love a team player. So you can see usually, you can always get a bronzer or a contour shade by itself, but I prefer using palettes just because I have different options, whether I want to use a cool tone brown or a warm brown. It depends on what I feel like. So I'm just going to go very basic with this because I want to show you guys how you can contour your face shape. We might not have the same. So the concept behind contouring or giving shape to your face is that apparently the most ideal face shape to have is an oval face shape. So just imagine your face isn't like an oval. So let's see. So if I was to imagine, I'm just looking at the mirror. If you see me look this way, I'm looking at the mirror. So let's say I'm imagining that my face is an oval, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and draw an imaginary oval line in my head. So I'm just going to pretend that this is an oval shape, right? So this is a proper oval shape. So you can see when I'm doing that, this part, it does not fall into the oval outline, neither does this, and some here. And because of COVID, thanks to COVID and eating so much, I have some extra love on my face. I need to kind of reduce. So we're gonna use that as well. So this is the basic idea of contouring. So you want to whatever, this is what they teach you, right? So whatever, but it's up to you as well because makeup is an art. So whatever you feel like you need to hide on your face, you can contour. And whatever you want to show others or when the light reflects you, when you do the highlight, that's the whole concept behind it. So we're going to start with the contour first. So now I'm just going to show you with this brush, because this is more precise than the other one, where I'm going to contour. So I'm just going to take this middle shade right here. And I'm going to kind of brush off the excess product. And I always start with my forehead because literally I have an extra forehead. All right, there's a saying in Nepal, like if you have a huge forehead, that means you're lucky. So yeah. Anyway, so we're gonna take this brush and I'm gonna start placing it right here near my hairline. So I'm just gonna take that a bit more and I'm just gonna take that right here. Because I don't want like a mask on my face when the foundation starts. I'm just gonna take this, push my hair back, and I'm gonna slowly start pushing this inward. So you guys can see. So just place an imaginary oval on your face and see where the extra stuff is, and whatever you want to remove and hide, you can do that as well. So I'm just gonna take that and I'm just gonna place this in my hairline, just so it kind of also warms up my face. Sorry, this hair. My brush is shedding. It's time to get a new brush. All right. Same thing right here. So the oval, I know that this part is wider and I want to like kind of contour my cheeks as well as my jawline. Just remove this part right here with some contour. So we're going to do that. Now I'm going to take another swirl from the Kat Von D palette, remove the excess. And now from here, you can see that this part is kind of wider than what I would like in an oval. So I'm going to start contouring this as well. I'm just gonna place the color in first. So whenever I contour my face, I bring the color in like so. So what that does is it kind of makes your face look smaller. So that's the whole idea behind this, catfishing men. I'm just kidding, no. Just trying to look better. Myself, but better. So we're gonna do that. You can see that. So I'm doing that. So I have chubby cheeks. I just want to kind of make sure that my cheeks don't look humongous. There we go. So you can see what I'm doing. I'm gently pushing the product upwards and into my face. Upwards and in, right? So same thing, oval, you can see this part then. Now for my jawline and this part right here, from my earlobe to my, itches. So from my earlobe to my jawline, you can see that I'm gonna use a different shade. Usually I like to use a much darker or cooler shade for my jawline and for my body. So that's what I'm gonna do. So on my face, I usually keep it really warm browns, a bronzer color. I can even use something with a shimmer. But for my jawline and for my body, like let's say you're doing a décolleté or your breasts right here, whatever you want, I usually use a cooler and darker shade than what I'm using on my face. So this is what I used on my face right now. This is the shade Shadow Play right here. And now I'm gonna use this shade called Sombre. Is it how you pronounce it? And there's another one called Subconscious. So let's see. I'm gonna start with this one right here, the darker brown shade. And I'm gonna start placing it right here. So do you see my earlobe? Right here you have this bone, the jawline. So if you don't have a defined jawline, this is how you can define your jawline. So we're gonna go right here. And we're just gonna start placing that. So this is kind of like adding a shadow to your face and also gives the illusion that you have a jawline. Look at that. No jawline. Jawline. No jawline. Jawline. So that is the trick, guys. So we're gonna do that. And you know how we did the contouring here and we kind of brought the pigment inwards? This, we're just gonna place it downwards. We're just gonna pull it a bit below because we don't want it here. I want it down here. That's my dog. Okay, we're gonna do that. Now you're gonna do the same thing on the other side as well. So, oh my God, look at the difference. Wow, can't believe this. All right, just lost 10 pounds, guys. So from here, the same thing from here, I'm gonna start first placing the product. So there is no rush when you do this thing. Just take your time, analyze your face. The most important thing is knowing your face type, as in knowing the shape of your face. Is it round? Is it circle? Is it triangle? Is it a heart shape? So just to look at your face, analyze, and nowadays you can really find a guideline online as well to what the shape of your face might be. So according to that, you can do that as well. You could be a combination of two things, like a square and an oval. So you can do that as well. So just find out what face shape you are and just, kind of now. After that, I'm done. Okay, so I feel like once I get a nice thing going on, so now I feel like I want to add more pigment to my face. So I'm going to use this precise brush, and I'm going to use the same color right here in the middle, the warmer brown, and I'm going to just start placing more pigment right here. So this brush kind of gives me a more precise blend, and also it's really easy to blend. So as you can see, it's easier to blend with this one than the other one. You don't have to use two brushes, I just like to, but you can go ahead and just use something like this, a smaller brush, a smaller powder brush. So there we go. So this is basically a very, very basic way of contouring my face. This is what I actually do on a daily basis if I don't have too much time. Usually if I have a lot of time and I'm doing like a party look, I'll go with the cream contour the same way, and then I'll kind of set with the powder, which was what I'm doing right now, but without the cream. So just doing that. So after I've done with this, I also like to contour my nose. So I'm gonna go ahead, and I like to use a fluffy blending brush for this. So I'm using a bigger fluffy brush like this. You can see. All right. So I'm gonna take that same shade right here in the middle. It's almost done. It hit pan, guys. All right. So I'm just gonna take that excess, and I'm always gonna start from the bottom here. So before that, make sure everything is set. Okay. So now I'm gonna place that right here. I'm gonna start placing it right here. And right here. And I want to give the appearance of a sleeker nose. So just gonna, from my eyebrows, I'm just gonna start placing this right here. So as my eyebrows as a guideline, so I'm just gonna, in a slanted way like this and like this, like a V, I'm gonna start adding some pigment right here to kind of bring the eyes close together. So connecting, literally connecting my eyeshadow with my nose, kind of like that. So we're just gonna do that, gonna do that, just gonna do that. Right, so I'm gonna take my beauty blender that has nothing on it, and I'm just gonna press it like so, because I don't want the nose contour to be so highlighted. I just want it to be a little shadow on my face. So I'm gonna go back ahead. I'm gonna go back again with the brush, and I'm just gonna kind of blend this contour that I did on my nose. There we go. So that is basically it, how I contour. And now talking about the blush placement. So the blush placement is very, very important on your face, because either it can make it or break it. So make sure you know where you want your blush. So I know that, like I said, I have fuller cheeks, like I have chubby cheeks right here, so I have my apples of the cheeks are already highlighted, so I don't really need to place the blush right here, because wherever I'm going to place the blush, that's where the focus is going to be. So I want to take the focus away from the center of my face. So I'm going to use, you can literally use the same brush, these two, the similar ones there. You can use any brush you want, as long as they look something like this, any brand. As long as they're soft, they're fluffy, they're good, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you where I'm gonna place my blush as well. So like I said, as I have bigger cheeks, I don't like to place it right here. I'm gonna place my blush right where I did my contour, or just slightly higher like here, just to add a little bit of color to my face. But if you have a sunken face, and you want to kind of lift your face, a really nice way of putting it is just give it a smile. And you see that part that's lifted? You can just do a nice gentle sweep of blush right here on the lifted part of your face when you smile. Right here. So like I said, I already have enough of these. I don't need to highlight them. I'm going to do it right here. So we're going to go ahead and use the blush. Okay. Now, today for the blush, I'm using the Miro Sarasi Love palette. I got this as a PR, and I absolutely love this. It's such a beautiful palette. They have such amazing highlight, such amazing, eyeshadow shapes, colors as well. And they have two different types of blushes. You can either go something like this, like a bright blush, or you can use something peachy like this. I'm going to use this because this will look too dark on my skin tone. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to use this one right here. So just gonna swirl it, remove the extra. Right. So now, So now, okay, so I don't want to use it right here. So just where the contour is, I'm just gonna place it slightly like this, slightly like this. And make sure your blush doesn't go too low, otherwise you're just gonna drag your face downwards, and we don't want that. So like so, and like so. There we go. I kind of blend you can see the contour and the blush almost together, but you can still see that this is the contour, this is the blush. That's how you want it to look like. And now I like everything very subtle. So even though this is a powder, I'm just gonna take my beauty blender and the back of it, I'm just gonna give it a nice, you know, bounce it on my face like so. And right here. So this kind of sets my contour as well, and I like how diffused it looks. There we go. And now, last but not the least, we can also, I almost forgot to tell you guys, we can also actually contour our lips as well. So it's for us thin lip sisters. If you want a fuller, thicker illusion of lips, you can also kind of, I'm taking the same color, and kind of like start contouring your lips like so. I know it's gonna look really weird like a mustache, but trust me, this is gonna work. Trust the process. Just gonna do it right here. Right here. So what it does is it kind of like brings the lip forward, because you're placing the contour right here, right? And then that will take that parts of my face, my skin backwards, pushing the lip forward. So I'm just gonna do that. Now, for the highlight part, the fun part. Okay, so for the highlight, you can either use a similar brush like this, like a fluffy brush. You can use this one, or you can use a fan brush that you usually use, like something like this. So depending on what you feel comfortable using, you can use a fan brush or a fluffy brush like this. So let me show you with both. We can do one side with a fan brush and the other side with a fluffy brush. So I always like to spray my brush with the setting spray, and also my face as well. Before I do the highlight part, because if I'm gonna wear highlight, I want it to really like glow and shine and make me look like I am lightning. So I'm using the same palette, which is the Sarasi Love, and the shade that I'm using is the highlight shade called Kiran right here. So I love how they have Nepali names. It's really nice. Just gonna really work my way in the brush, the highlight. There we go. And now the same concept with the contour being that you want to hide or create a shadow or illusion of depth to the areas. The highlight does the exact opposite. So anything that you want to bring forward, you want the light to reflect, you want to like kind of show, is what you want to highlight. So for example, the highest points of my faces, like for the, like everybody loves the good cheekbones, right? So the cheekbones, I want to show how nice and long my nose is. So the bridge of my nose. You can also do it here on the cupid's bow to kind of add that extra oomph on your face. So let's say you have a very short face. So if you have short face and you want to kind of elongate your face, you're going to skip this contour part right here. Instead, you can use a highlight shade and kind of just highlight your forehead to just bring that light on your forehead to give the illusion of a higher forehead. And you can also highlight the chin right here. This also elongates your chin, or kind of, you know, makes you focus on the chin area. So it just, your face looks longer. So I have a big enough face. I don't need to do that kind of stuff. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just highlight the areas that I actually want to highlight. So, you know, that model glow that we say, the cheekbones, the bridge of the nose, the cupid's bow. So that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna go ahead and very gently, right where I place the contour, right above it, but right below my eyes. So like right here. So if you can see, if you just do this right here, this area, right? So just right here, I'm just gonna gently start placing the highlight like so. And I don't want to bring it too close to my apples of my cheeks, then again it's gonna highlight the apples of my cheek, which I do not want. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. And right here, I also like this part just little to be highlighted, not as much, but just a very little, just so when I look here, just it looks blinding to the other person. Just gonna do that. And we're gonna do the same on the other side as well, just right here and right here. And whatever's left on the brush, I'm just gonna work my way on the bridge of the nose. Right here. And let's not forget the Cupid's bow. Alright. So now what I'm gonna do is, as I'm done with the foundation, with the highlight, you guys know that I was having some textures on my skin. So when you put something like this, like a highlight, it actually kind of makes it look even worse. So that is why I'm gonna take a beauty blender. It's wet, not wet. It's kind of damp, but not that it's almost dry. So I'm gonna just take that, and I'm gonna take this and kind of dab it on top of my highlight. So what this does is, you can see it kind of pushes the highlight into the skin, so it doesn't look as powdery on the skin as it would if you just leave it that way. So there we go. I'm just gonna do that here on this side as well, and on this side as well. Now, time for some lip gloss, and we're pretty much done. So yeah, this is the simple steps of how I contour, highlight, and place my blush. I hope you guys enjoyed this, because I really did enjoy filming this one and really letting you guys know behind the scenes of what I like to and how I like to contour, what goes in my head while I'm contouring. So, you know, there are moods, like some days I feel like doing a really blushy look and, you know, really highlighting the apples of my cheek and going for that really round face kind of looks. I do that. So really, this is the science. Well, this is the idea behind it. So if you guys enjoyed this, let me know. And I'm just gonna finish up the look with this lipstick. And this is from Hourglass in the shade Inventor. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply that. Just a little bit here as well. I like to overline my lips a bit just because I have tiny ass lips. There we go. And we are done. And now for the final step. After you've put in so much work and effort into your makeup, don't forget this last step, which is setting your damn makeup. Alright, so the one I'm using today is from Golden Rose Makeup Fixing Spray. Sets, extends makeup, wear, and fresh look. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just everywhere. And this is it. This is how I highlight and contour. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And if you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.